They call it a forgotten land. A small village, miles away from the nearest town, hidden deep inside the mountains of Japan. No one lives there anymore. At least, no one alive. For university students, the group leader, Hannah, a curious history student, the funny but nervous one, and Mika, a quiet girl who always carried her camera, decided to visit the abandoned village after hearing local rumors. The villagers had disappeared overnight, decades ago. Some said it was a plague. Some believed a massacre happened. But the darkest rumor, that the entire village was cursed. Riku laughed it off. Come on, it's just an old ghost story. Think about it, we'll get amazing footage for our project. But Hannah, clutching her notebook, wasn't so sure. She had read about the place in forbidden archives. Pages torn out, the name of the village scratched away. Still, they went by. The time they arrived, it was dusk. The road ended in thick forest, and they had to walk the last mile. As the trees parted, the village appeared. Dozens of houses stood silent, roofs caved in, walls blackened with rot. But strangest of all, the houses still had belongings inside. Feet and bowls of rice turned to stone, shoes neatly placed by the doors, as if everyone had vanished mid-meal, mid-step, mid-life. Mika raised her camera. This place, it's like time stopped. But then she noticed something. In every house, every wall, scratched symbols covered the wood. A circle, with 3 intersecting lines, over and over again. The students decided to stay. They set up camp in the largest house, the old mayor's mansion. At midnight, Dice woke to the sound of footsteps. He thought it was Riku, but when he peeked outside the room, the corridor was empty, and yet, the footsteps grew louder, slow, heavy, dragging. He ran back inside, shaking Hannah awake. She whispered, "Don't open the door. Whatever you hear, don't open it." But Mika, curious, placed her camera against a crack in the door. The footage showed shadows moving on their own, stretching across the walls. But there was no one casting them. The next day, Hannah searched the mayor's study and found old scrolls. They described the village as once prosperous, until something was unearthed beneath the ground. Not gold, not treasure, but an idol. A stone figure with no face, only a wide carved mouth. The villagers began worshipping it. At first, crops flourished, livestock multiplied. But then, children began vanishing. And every harvest, a villager was sacrificed. Hannah read aloud, her voice shaking. They believed the idol demanded souls. If not fed, it would claim the entire village. Daisuke laughed nervously. Guess they didn't feed it enough. But then Mika pointed at the wall. The symbols scratched everywhere, the same from the scroll. The circle wasn't protection, she whispered. It was a seal. That night, things grew worse. Mika left her camera recording in the hallway. When they replayed it later, they heard voices, whispers, hundreds of them. Men, women, children, all speaking at once, overlapping, crying, begging, leave. Leave this place. But as the recording went on, the voices changed. They were no longer begging, they were laughing. And then, a single deep voice thundered, "Feed me." Around 3 a.m., Daisuke vanished. They found his shoes by the doorway, but no sign of him. Just a trail of muddy footprints leading to the center of the village. They followed it. At the shrine, where the idol once stood, the ground was cracked open like a mouth. Inside, darkness so thick it looked alive, and then they saw him, Daisuke, standing at the edge, eyes wide, whispering in a voice, not his own, "It's so hungry." Before they could pull him back, something dragged him into the pit. The earth swallowed him whole. The remaining 3 fled back to the mansion, but it was no longer the same. Windows sealed shut, doors locked from the outside. The house itself seemed alive. Mika's camera flickered. On the screen, she saw not 3 people, but dozens. The missing villagers, standing behind them. Watching. Hannah screamed as cold hands grabbed her shoulders. She turned, but there was no one. And yet, bruises formed on her skin. Riku shouted, "Don't look at them. Ignore them." But it was too late. Hannah was dragged backward, into the shadows. Her screams echoed, then stopped. Only Riku and Mika remained. Desperate, they searched for a way out. In the study, Mika discovered the final scroll. It read, "The idol cannot be destroyed. It only moves, from village to village, from soul to soul." Suddenly, the floor split open, and there it was, the idol. A stone figure, mouth stretched open, teeth jagged, black ooze dripping from it. But this time, it wasn't still. It was breathing, and the breath smelled of death. The idol whispered directly into Mika's mind, "Join me, feed me, or be forgotten." Riku begged her not to listen, but Mika, trembling, raised her camera and whispered, "If I record this, the world will see. The curse won't be hidden anymore." The idol laughed, and in that laugh, thousands of voices screamed. The camera shattered in her hands, and the idol devoured her. Riku stumbled out of the house, the only survivor. He ran through the forest until morning. When he reached the nearest town, no one believed him. He screamed about shadows, idols, voices. But when the police went back to the village, it was gone. The road ended in trees. No houses, no shrine, nothing. And yet, in Riku's hand, there was something he could not explain. A small stone idol, with a wide, grinning mouth. They say Riku was found dead weeks later, in his dorm room, his body twisted, his face frozen in terror. On the wall, scratched deep into the plaster, was the same symbol, a circle with 3 intersecting lines. And his roommate swears, every night, he still hears Riku's voice whispering, "Feed it, before it feeds on you."